Welcome back. Look, I look so professional. So nice to be filming again. So, I got my surgery. I got the big surgery. I got no more chi-chis. This is me flat. Crazy, huh? I got the man chest now, or like what I like to call them, my sunken in pumpkins. I got my surgery on the 18th last month, so it's been a month and some days. It's now the 26th, and I'm feeling good. I'm feeling a lot better, mentally, physically. I'm feeling a lot better. I'm in a much better place than I was. Than you can be, as good as a place as you can be. The biggest adjustment definitely has been getting used to life with a flat chest, and not just a flat chest, but like a sunken concave in chest, because mine is, everyone's is different, but mine is definitely concaved, and it's like sunken in a lot in some places and bulges out more here. So it almost looks like I have a boob on the side, but really it's like my chunk, and it's so concave that it makes it stick out even more in some places. I'll show you so you know what I'm talking about. But when I refer to my rotten pumpkins, I'm definitely talking about these bad boys. It definitely was hard in the beginning, I'm not gonna lie. I have a clip that I'm going to insert for you guys, and that's only like 2 weeks after my surgery. I honestly look at that video now, and I even feel stronger now than I did in that video. Like, I know that sounds weird, but I do. I'm in a much more positive place than I was even filming this, this clip that you guys are gonna see. So I'll show you guys what it looks like, what it looked like then, and I really wanted to show you guys, insert a clip of what it looked like 2 weeks after, and with my drains still in. So it's really gross, and it's really graphic, and it's really weird and scary to see. So I know that I'll say it in this next clip, and I'm sure I'll say it again in the future, but if you don't want to see that, then you probably shouldn't watch this video, and you definitely shouldn't watch this next clip. But here we go. Hey guys, so now is the part in the video where I'm gonna show you what it looks like. It is 13 days after surgery. This just kind of like gives you an idea of what I look like in a tank top. So this is completely how flat it looks in a tank top. Straight man chest, I know. And I know I've already warned you guys in the beginning, but I'm just gonna say it again, that it is pretty graphic, and it is a little hard to see, and I understand that because it's hard for me to see. So I just want to warn you guys that it's not pretty, and it's a shock. So where the tubes come out, it's pretty gross. So I just wanted to warn you guys again before I completely show you guys. So the big part to me why I want to show you guys, not only for my friends and family, but also for the women that are watching it in my groups that have not gone through this yet. I know personally that I wanted to see what it looked like. So I liked the fact that there were girls, other women willing to show what they look like afterwards. And I really appreciated that. For someone like me who just wants to plan and can get things in order as much as possible, control in my life as much as possible, I just kind of wanted to know what I was facing a little bit. Everyone's gonna look a little different, but I just kind of wanted to know the rough about how my chest was gonna look. So like I said, everyone's just a little different. In the very beginning, I told him that my surgeon, I do not want implants. I never want implants. Leave me as flat as you can. I just want it like flat. That's not what I got. So I think that he left me a little bit of boobage so that in case I change my mind later on down the line. My appointment's tomorrow, so I had to hurry and film this video while I still had the tubes in, because I wanted you guys to get like the full effect. So I do plan on asking him why he left me like a cleavage mark. Look, you can kind of see the cleavage. Okay, and why there's a little bit of like under boob right here. To me, that's weird. Like, I just wanted it all flat, but I'll see what he says. So let me stand up and adjust this for you guys. Okay, so here is my belt. Hold on, I'm trying to, I have so many wires going on here, guys, it's not even funny. So here is my belt that I showed you guys in my video, and my tubes are all in here. Some of my tubes. So super elasticy. You girls that are gonna get this done, you need this. Lifesaver for real. So let me pull this down. So first I'll show you guys up here, just because it's easier. Like this right here, you guys can see that's where my drain is, and it is like super swollen. I am very swollen, especially on this side. I'm very swollen. I'm very sunken in. Can you see this right here? I'm super sunken in, guys. I just want you to see, because pictures don't really do it justice. Like, look at this. That is very sunken in. I know that this will go down because everything is so swollen. So I have much more range of motion now than I did before, so I'm pretty happy about that. So this is what it looks like. And everything is glued. Thank you, Jesus. I don't have any stitches. So this is what I was talking about. Have a cleavage, like a little hill. It's almost like he picked up the boob, cut it, went like this, and glued it all together. So this, and it, so it starts from here and it goes all the way over here, and there's my drain. So this is all super swollen right here, and this is kind of right here is still numb. This section is still numb up until right there. I can feel that. But all this is like numb. I can definitely feel my drain. It itches so bad, you guys. Like, the itching is unreal. And then this one I feel is a little bit like more uneven. Let me move the light. There you go. This one is a little bit more uneven than this one. This one's kind of like a straight line. But this was the one that had the cancer. This one, you guys can see the bruising. It's a lot of light. Sorry, guys. So this has like a lot of, oh, there you go. Now you can see it.
This has a lot of bruising. This one is sunken in a lot more than this one. And I know that's because of the tumor, so they had to go deeper inside. And I'm not so sure why this is like this. This is numb right here. That is all numb. And I can feel it. I can feel under here. And then that big spot right there, I got like a huge like hematoma basically, and then it popped. So now it's a scab, and that's normal, it says, to get by your drains. And that's where my other drain is coming out of. And then this is me from the side. So super crazy to look at, right? It takes a moment for your eyes to register. But I get my drains out tomorrow, and I am so excited. But for you girls, just about to start and almost gonna get yours done, you can do this. You got it. You will get used to it, I promise. You're going to cry, and the first time you see it, it's gonna feel like it's gonna feel really scary, and it's gonna feel you're gonna feel ugly. But that's normal. It's a normal reaction. We're used to having these part of our body. And let me tell you, it took quite some time for me to be able to take off the wrap and look at these and not have a panic attack and not hysterically cry and not need to hold on to my mom, sister, or Daniel. It took a little bit. But you are a fierce warrior, and you will get through this. This too will be something that you can put behind you, and something that'll make you stronger. And these are just going to be our battle wounds, especially if you're going to stay flat. Don't look at these as ugly. Don't look at this as a surgery that you were forced to have. Think of this as a surgery you chose to have, to an ordinary, to keep your life, to keep living, to be stronger, to be a better mother, a sister, a daughter, a wife, whatever. This is what we chose to live. And to live is a better alternative to dying. I'd rather live with these scars, and I would rather go on with my life being confident in my decision and being happy and grateful and thankful and positive. Just stay positive, because I know it's really hard. What I wish I knew was the emotional feelings that I was gonna get all at once. And that's just why I want to tell you girls and just be really open. I took my wrap off the second day. They checked my wounds in the hospital, but I didn't look. I wasn't ready. And it took me to the second day to look in the mirror and really look at it. And I tell you what, it was the hardest thing I've ever done. Look in the mirror and to see that that was my new normal. It's hard. I'm a positive person and I stay positive and encouraging as much as I can, but I am human, and that was the hardest thing I've ever seen. And nothing prepares you for looking at yourself in that mirror. Not a damn thing. But I just want you girls to know that it's okay. It's okay to break down. It's okay to freak out because it's just your natural reaction. But I promise it will get easier and you will start getting used to it. It's only been 13 days and already I have gotten a lot used to it, and I'm starting to notice things like I feel weird sitting without wearing a shirt without a bra, and I almost feel like I'm so used to sitting up straight because if I don't wear a bra, then my boobs stick to my stomach. And I catch myself doing that, or I catch myself feeling like my nipple hurts. And that's weird. I never thought that I would have that. And like I've been trying to get outside, and you know, the kids are riding their bikes and it's been like beautiful day, and you know, I'm out there and I can feel the breeze go across my chest, but it feels differently than what it would with boobs. It's just a lot of things that you have to get used to. And still catching myself walking by a mirror, seeing that I'm flat here and bigger in my stomach, and that it's all concaved, and it's in on some parts and out on the others. So it's a lot to get used to. It's a lot to it's a lot of things you have to be okay with because you don't have a damn choice. But thank you guys for supporting and being so sweet with all of your comments and wanting to see. I will keep you guys posted and updated as I heal, and tomorrow I get these tubes out. Thank you, Jesus, because I'm about ready to rip them out myself. So I am pretty excited. I'll let you know how that goes later on in this video. So now get back to me explaining about the hospital, and I'm glad you guys got to see it and that I got to share. See you in a little bit. Bye.
Gross, huh? I mean, it's not terrible, but you know, it's pretty gross just to people who, you know, aren't dealing with this, or you know, has never seen anything like it. You know, it's a lot. So my hospital visit. So luckily with the hospital, it was literally days before this whole COVID thing, and they decided that, okay, no visitors, now you have to wear masks everywhere. So thank God. Otherwise I wouldn't have had my mom and Daniel there. There wasn't any there couldn't be any visitors as far as like waiting in the waiting room then, but you were allowed one person up in the room to be with you at a time. So there was no staying the night. So going into the surgery, my surgery was supposed to start at 9 in the morning, and it didn't. There was things that they were supposed to do in my visit the day prior that they didn't do, such as like mark the lymph nodes inside that they were supposed to take out. So they didn't do that, so I had to get that done that morning. So that pushed back my surgery a couple hours. The whole day was a shit show, I feel like. The whole morning was a shit show. There's just like problem after problem, and they were like, they didn't do this, they didn't do that. So there was things I had to like keep getting done before actually going through the surgery. So I said goodbye to, you know, my mom and Daniel basically like that morning. So like 8:30, 45. So all this time they think I'm in surgery, and I'm really not. I'm getting things done that were supposed to already have been done. So like hours later, right when my surgery is about to start, the nurse asked me, do you want me to like update your mom? Because they were just about to wheel me in. And I said, yeah. So they updated her. She hasn't been in surgery, so she's just now about to go in. So the actual surgery itself took about 4.5 hours, and they ended up taking quite a bit out. So because of that, on my right side, which is where the cancer was, it's really sunken in. Like I could put like my whole fist in there. It's not pretty, but whatever, right? At least the tumor's out. I have to find a positive or a good thing about it somehow. So, I obviously don't remember much. I just remember waking up, and the nurse was in there, and I was already in my room, and I had to share a room with this older lady who was quite the patient. I don't know what she did to her neck, but she did something to her neck, and they had to keep putting a neck brace on her every like couple hours or so, and they would try to get her up, but all she wanted to do was sleep, and she just didn't want to get up. She was like really defiant with the nurses, so like she'd scream at the female nurses, and next thing you know, here comes like two big like men nurses, and they would have to like force her to do things like get up and try to use the restroom and wear the damn neck brace. So that was quite comical to listen to the whole time. And I even at one point had to listen to her shit in a bedpan. That was super fun. And but I was ready to get the hell out of there as soon as possible. So like that same night, I got up to go pee. They helped me get up to go pee, and I was ready to do my rounds. So like walk around and try to get moving. I wanted the hell out of there. I was staying one night and one night only. I just wanted to be home with my family and my man and just sleep normal. So like right after they let my mom in, she visited for a little bit, and now by this time it's legit like 10 o'clock, 9 o'clock at night. And my poor mom and my little Guatemalan had been hanging out in the truck all day. Like my mom has like a camper shell in the back of the truck. So they just laid down in there and watched movies all day. So all I want to do is see my baby. And after like my mom left, they switched, and he came in, and like he helped me eat. And because I couldn't lift my arms, I could only like move my arms like this much, and everything was like really numb, and just like you couldn't lift at all, and you're scared to move, and it hurts. So like he fed me and like helped me eat and everything. And then they left, and it sucks staying at a hospital alone overnight, but like I said, man, I was freaking determined. So I was like, well, I'm up, let's get walking. So I was up making the nurses walk with me that night around like the desks and all that stuff. So then I finally got to go home, and probably the hardest part besides seeing it, like I explained, is like accepting it. It's one thing getting over seeing it, which is really hard. But eventually you're going to get used to that, right? Because you yourself is going to see it every single day. You're changing. You look in the mirror. You're touching it. You're living with it. But accepting it is a whole nother process. And that's a process, another process that I just wasn't aware of. I didn't think about that. I didn't think about the fact that, you know, you're gonna have to go through that process as well. You're gonna have to mourn the loss of a body part, and you're gonna have to emotionally, mentally, physically accept the new normal. And that's that was kind of been like the hardest part for me. Accepting it and still trying to feel myself without being my physical self. So, you know, and this whole freaking lockdown shit doesn't help either. I'm like, I'm gonna be on my 600-pound life, I swear to God, because there ain't nothing to do. But I'm going to try to like really lose weight and try to come out of this not a chunk, even more of a chunk. But you know, it's hard. Shopping and just getting out and like going to stores or running errands, doing normal life things outside of your own four walls is, you know, was very therapeutic and was very like kept my mind off of things. So I miss that. I miss just kind of doing things that, you know, makes me feel normal. You know, taking my kid to school too. Like now I'm a homeschool teacher. Like the fuck, this is not the career I signed up for. That's a whole nother thing though. I don't even get me started on that. But anyways, just a few things for those girls that haven't gotten it yet, haven't gotten through it yet. A few things I wasn't aware of and that I didn't even see in my groups, or I didn't see that like people mentioned much, is right after I got out, like the few couple weeks right after, was like especially when you have the tubes in, the heaviness that you feel on your chest is almost like, it almost makes you panic, because there's nothing you can do to get away from the pain, and also this like deep rooted heaviness in your chest that you feel from not having anything on your chest. So it's really weird, but I don't know about anyone else, but I had to like talk myself out of not panicking or crying, just because you feel that like heaviness. Like I have anxiety as it is, and I have, you know, I take medicine for that, and that's kind of how you feel when you start having like a panic attack, is like that heaviness on your chest. So for me, I had to really block that out, and I had to really separate the two. Like, okay, that's not anxiety, that's because you just went through a major life surgery. So beware of that. And it's really hard, like being stuck with T-Rex arms, you know, when you're going through it, because your armpits, you can't lift. Even now when I lift like this, I feel it right here in my pec muscles, and it's still like a little sore, but I can finally put my arms up, and I could like finally reach. The only thing that I still can't do is when I put my arms up, I can't put like a tack. I can't push a tack in a wall, because that uses your pec muscles and these little armpit muscles. So it's still super sore like when I do that, but other than that, I can pretty much do everything. I still am numb. Like my right armpit is like completely numb. I know I'm touching it, I know I'm shaving it, but like I can't feel it. The left one I obviously can feel, but the right one is where they took out all the lymph nodes and stuff. So Yeah, like I've peeled off all the glue now because I'm a picker, and this is what it looks like now. So it looks healed. Like this is just my chunk. This is where my tube was. The scar where my tube was. But it looks a lot better. This is all it healed. Still sunken in, but just not as swollen as everyone saw before, but I mean, it does look better than the last clip that you guys saw. To me, it feels better. But I'm doing good. I'm hanging in there. I'm ready for this whole coronavirus thing to be over so that I can feel somewhat of a normal life. As far as my health now, I didn't hear what I wanted to hear when my surgery was over. My surgeon did say that the chemo didn't work as well as they thought or hoped that it would work on my lymph nodes. It did shrink my tumor dramatically, but the lymph nodes, he said that there was still cancer in them. He took out 9, and there was cancer in 5 of them. What does that mean? I don't know. I have no idea. And that's scary, the unknown. So I don't know if I have to do more chemo. I don't know if I have to go in for another surgery later on. I have no idea yet. My appointment with the radiologist is on the 2nd, and my appointment with the endocrinologist is on the 4th. So I will find out more answers, thank goodness. I've kind of just been like sitting in limbo waiting to start radiology because I'm doing that for at least 5 weeks. Every 5 days, is it 5 days? Yeah, 5 days a week for 5 to 6 weeks. So I want to get this shit rolling. I want to finish and get it done. So I'm getting antsy over here to start radiation. So I'm kind of just waiting for my next step. I'm like just super impatient, but I know that I had to wait to heal. You can't start radiology unless you're all healed. So, I'm ready to move on to the next step and to do what I have to do to be cancer free. It just wasn't the news that I wanted to hear right after surgery, but neither is cancer. So I just got to keep remaining positive and find the positive in every bad situation. And remind myself that no matter what the situation is, there's always someone worse than you, and there's always a positive to find out of something negative, and there really is. So I definitely encourage you guys to maybe look at the people that you have as your support group, and if you don't have anybody, then there are support groups. There's tons of them, and the women on there are amazing. And even though I have the most amazing support, which is my family and my friends and my boyfriend, sometimes it falls on deaf ears because you just want someone to understand what you're going through. And for those times of need, the support groups are amazing. And even if you don't share your story, even if you don't put all your information or your journey out there because you don't want to share, to read these other women's stories and to read or to interact with them. I write back and forth to a few of them, and I just feel like it helps out so much. And no one understands what you're going through except the people that are going through what you're going through. So it's amazing to have just someone just know the struggle, just to know. A lot of them And then there's a lot of them in there that are like, 10-year cancer free, and they're in there and they're just giving their support and rooting you on, or praying for you, or amazing women in there who send you things that they use that help them, that they no longer need but can help you. So I just encourage you to join those groups, even just to read, and I swear it'll make your mood a lot better. And to also thank those that have been there along the way, and who will continue to be there along the way. It is really hard to be in the position that we're in, right? But it's also hard to be the outsider looking in, or the ones taking care of you, or the ones that have to see the ugly and the daily struggle. So just, I don't know, maybe thank them just out of the blue, or maybe thank them more, because I'm sure it would do them good to hear that. So that's it for this video, and thank you guys for watching and for seeing my ugly truth, because that's what it is, and for looking at my pumpkins and not puking. But I will be back shortly with another video, and I hope you guys are all staying sane with this whole COVID thing, and I hope everyone is doing well. And I will see you guys soon. Thanks for watching.